I'm Matt.
I'm Aaron.
We're Phoenix Capital Group.
And this is Landenberg Living.
So, Aaron, let's talk a little bit about Phoenix Capital Group in general. Our background leading into it, but more than how we established Phoenix Capital Group.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the specific project.
Yeah. Well, we originally started investing in real estate in 2015. Matt was a high school buddy of mine and also an early investor. We were focusing on flipping single-family properties in and around Philadelphia and southeastern PA, and we've just grown over the last couple years, and we've brought on bigger and bigger projects, which turned into Phoenix Capital Group, which is the investment vehicle for these larger projects that we're working on.
So something we always wanted to do was bring together our friends and our family and our network into bigger deals.
Correct.
And so that's really where Phoenix Capital Group was born. So we could take smaller amounts of investments from a handful of friends and do something cool.
Yeah, we have a big network of individuals that do all kinds of different stuff from all walks of life, and being able to connect them all in a way where we can use our creativity, invest in real estate, and use our connections to grow. That was a big piece of why we did this.
So when we found this particular project of Landenberg Living, it was exciting for us because it really was our first taste of a commercial property, a hybrid with residential.
Yeah, that, and it's just a little bit outside the box. Typically we were doing, like I said, single family fix and flips, new construction ground up, and not that those projects are plain, but there's not as much creativity behind them. And this, there's a lot of moving pieces. I mean, we have an operational store, we have this hotel from 1872 sitting right on the creek, and it really was a good project to mix everything together.
To blend everything, yeah. And we have creative partners involved in this that all can share their own piece.
Yeah.
So we decided on an equity play, so every one of our investors has a piece of this and has buy-in to help it grow and watch it succeed.
Yeah. So I think what we have, including ourselves and our other general partner, 9 investors on this project, all equity, so we're all part owners. We're not some big firm that's coming down from New York or out of Philadelphia just throwing money into the community. We want to be part of the community, and all of our investors feel the same way.
How did you find this opportunity?
I have different search results set on a couple of different real estate sites. I look for stuff that is, I don't want to say improperly marketed, but there's 3 parcels here. It was kind of unclear what exactly you were purchasing, and there is that uniqueness of it where you have a 4-unit across the street in the Wool House. You have an underutilized hotel that is zoned single family, but its original use was not single family, so we thought there was an opportunity there to get approval for more density, which we did, and then it obviously has the store as well. So you know, that intrigued me. I knew it was something that not a lot of other investors would be looking at, because it's not, you know, a plain deal where you can easily see this is what I'm going to do. And I had my eyes on it for a couple months, and then one day I was passing through and I actually met the owner, and as soon as I came down here I fell in love. I think I came down Penn Green Road, and as I was pulling up, it just right in my face, I was like, this is it. I actually walked up the deck here, and I kid you not, a fisherman pulled a trout right out of the creek as soon as I walked onto the deck, and I was like, sold.
Magic.
I remember Aaron describing this project to me, and the general store part of it was like kind of like an aside.
Yeah.
It was like the last thing, but once we bought it, the general store became like the priority.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to retain the employees. We wanted to keep the authenticity of everything that they had created down here. It's very hometown nature, and we wanted to make sure everybody was still able to work and the community was involved, which was a challenge because you're taking on the transition of everything that the store has.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Matt and I, we've had interns in the past. We have a lot of different partners. We've never actually had employees. So in purchasing this, We had to learn how to do payroll. We had to set up, the W-2 for the employees. We had 8 employees when we first purchased it. So just learning how to manage that. And secondly, just we're not in the food and beverage industry. So learning that side of things, or at least trying to learn that side of things on top of the management of the employees was a big challenge. But, it's been, 3-4 months, and we're still kicking, and we love it.
So we're 3.5 months in, let's say, right? And you can divide this property into 3 separate properties.
Yep.
The hotel, the design there was always to create a short-term Airbnb style stay.
Mm-hmm.
We're already underway with interior design, mapping out the different units, and we're going to start renovations soon in the next couple months and have hopefully all of them ready by the spring.
Correct.
That's the goal here. The Wool House, which is the other residential property, the goal was always to sell it off for a profit. Find a buyer. We're going to continue to property manage it, so we're going to be close in with the community here and raise some funds that we can then allocate towards the renovations and keeping the store not only alive but flourishing. I mean, we have a lot of future plans for the store.
Yeah, correct. So we were able to sell the Wool House about 3 months after purchase. Our plan there is to reinvest those funds into the hotel and then into the store as well.
Yeah. So bigger picture here and what we've accomplished. I mean, tomorrow we have our first big event.
Yep.
It's the Halloween event. We have 2 more scheduled for throughout the rest of the year. We're incorporating live music. We just set up a huge outdoor area with speakers. We have fire pits. We have a coffee vendor that we're going to be forming a legitimate long-term partnership with, where they're going to be operating and roasting from inside of the store. We're working on alcohol vendors and incorporating that into what we do here. We're working on the potential long-term of indoor seating and having more formalized events in that way. So it's really exciting, as
we want this to be, we know in the past it was really like a communal hangout. And we want that to be, what it is again today. We want the community to know that they can show up here and they can, run in the back area or play in the creek with their kids, their pets, and they can enjoy this beautiful little piece of heaven that we have down here in Landenberg.